This is Ken Trump at SchoolSecurityBlog.com. We're in Wayne Township schools today, interviewing Sherry O'Day, Chief Communications Officer for the school district, and Doug Scheffel, who's Coordinator of Safety and Security. They received a REMS grant, Readiness and Emergency Management for Schools grant. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the importance of emergency planning. What are some of the things that you got out of this grant that you wanted to do to help strengthen a district that's already has a solid foundation of school emergency planning?
Well, I think from my standpoint, Ken, that we had a good, solid foundation in place when I came here. I've been here for 3 years now, but what we did was we wanted to go back and revisit our security plans, look for our strengths and our weaknesses, and then basically do a reassessment of that to see the areas that we could, build upon and do a better job. So that was the main focus of the grant, and then coupled with some training, more current best practices in the area of safety and security for our administrators and for some of our other staff members too.
Yeah. Sherry, as a former building administrator, now looking at it from a district perspective, what do you see as the challenges of dealing with emergency planning in a busy world and the value of having a dedicated project?
Sure, I think those are the challenges, that it's a busy world and making sure that we keep up on what we need to know about security. I don't think there's one administrator in the world that doesn't want a safe school, but it's a matter of taking the time to practice, to provide, to give that training to all staff members, not just administrators. So I think that for us with the REMS grant, definitely the training right now is critical for administrators, and that's been a very beneficial part of our grant.
What are some of the specific things that you're doing with the training, other areas that you're looking at as a result of this? What type of issues came out as a priority to you?
There's a number of things. For instance, our evacuation sites. We've never really had anything formalized in terms of a walking evacuation site or a bus transportation site for each of our schools. So we're going back and we're looking at the areas that we can build upon that, MOUs with churches or other facilities. I think we're going to, we're putting out a new emergency contact list, which we really haven't had for quite some time, and that will go down, like for instance, if I would happen to be gone, like we've talked about, who would the next person be to contact. So it breaks down the communication guidelines and who they should contact.
And I think the other piece that's really critical that we have to develop is the parent reunification, parent-student reunification. Make that completely formalized, because we really need to make sure that's in place if we do have to evacuate or there's an emergency in any way.
What's the one piece of advice that you would give your colleagues, as a former administrator at the building and district level and as a coordinator of security, what's the one priority piece of advice that you would give on school safety and emergency planning?
I would think that it would be obviously looking outside of the box. Don't think that your plan is the best plan and that you're doing everything right. For me, what we do is we have a monthly meeting of the area police chiefs for schools, and that's an arena for me to talk to other schools and see what you're doing and get ideas and then implement those if they work for you.
Okay.
And mine would be to practice your plan, to know what your plan is and practice it.
Righty, great. Thank you very much. Wayne Township's done a great job and already had a solid foundation, and this project's just helped get even stronger. This is Ken Trump at SchoolSecurityBlog.com.